Hey guys, so today we're going to do solving two-step equations. So this is something you should have done in pre-algebra, so this is just a refresher for you. So the goal is to get your variable alone by using inverse operations. So remember, the opposite of adding is subtracting, the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So those operations undo each other. So for the first one, if it helps, you might want to circle the term that has the x in it. If you cover that up, you see negative 13 or minus 13. So the opposite of that would be to add 13 to both sides. That crosses out. You bring the 5x down. 37 plus 13 gives you 50. This is 5 times x, so you want to divide by 5. So you get x equals 10. This is how you should show your work for these equations. You should do it right underneath, show the opposite operation, show it cancels out, do the math, and then move on. Okay, for the second one, this is my whole term with my division. So I have subtracting 9. So the first thing I would do is add 9. So you bring the x over 12 down, and negative 11 plus 9 gives you negative 2. This is x divided by 12, so you want to multiply both sides by 12. So you get x equals negative 24. Number 3 is very much similar to number 2. So I would advise you to stop these notes right now, try number 3, and then watch my solution and see if you got it correct. So the first thing I would do, I want to get this whole thing, sorry, it's blurry a little bit, this whole thing alone. So you want to subtract 15 from both sides. So that cancels out. So you bring down the x over negative 2, and then you bring down that negative 2. Since you are dividing by negative 2, you want to multiply, do the complete opposite, multiply by negative 2. So negative 2 over negative 2 gives you 1, so you get x, and negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. Okay, the next problem, treat that as one whole term. So you're dividing the whole fraction by negative 3. So to start, I would multiply the left side by negative 3 and the right side by negative 3. They cancel out. You're left with r plus 8 equals 6. Simple one-step equation. You subtract 8, r equals negative 2. Okay. Number 5. You have more than one term here, like terms. So you want to do that the very first thing. If there was distributive, you would want to get rid of the parentheses first, then collect like terms. So 3n minus n is 2n plus 12 equals negative 10. You want to get this 2n by itself. So you want to do the opposite. You bring the 2n down. Negative 10 and negative 12 is negative 22. Divide by 2, you get negative 11. I would stop this and try number 6 because it is very similar to number 5 before you move on. 6 minus 7x, when you combine these, you get negative x or negative 1x. Then you have your plus 5 equals 11. So then you want to subtract 5 from both sides. So you get negative x equals 6. Now, this is like saying a negative 1x. You can't have a negative variable. You need to get it to be a positive 1. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 1. So you get x is negative 6. Now on to some word problems. So for number 7, it says find 3 consecutive integers whose sum is 120. Consecutive integers are ones like your counting numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So if you had 1, how would you get to 2? You would add 1. How would you get from 1 to 3? You would add 2. So like this first term would be x, this would be x plus 1, this would be x plus 2, and so on. So to find 3 consecutive integers, 1, this is another one, this is the third one, and you want to set that equal to 120. So first term, second term, third term, or third number. So you have 3 x's. You add the 1 and 2 to get 3, so you get 120. You want to get the 3x alone, so you subtract 3. So you have 3x equals 117. I'm running out of room here. You want to divide both sides by 3. You should get x is 39. So that's x. So they want the 3 numbers. So if x is 39, the next consecutive is 40 and 41. If you add these 3 up, you should get 120. I would pause that and make sure you understand that, maybe rewind. The lengths of the sides of a triangle are consecutive even. So that means something like 2, 4, 6. This works for odd as well, like 1, 3, 5. So the first term is x. To get to the second term, you'd have to add 2. To get to the next term, from 2 to 6, you'd have to add 4. And it works for the odds as well. So if you have 3 sides, you need 3 numbers that are consecutive, even numbers. So if you want to draw it, you can. You'd have x, x plus 2, x plus 4. The perimeter is 186, so these all add up to 186. So x first, x plus 2, the second side, x plus 4 equals 186. 1, 2, 3 x's plus 6 equals 186. Subtract 6 from both sides. 3x equals 180, divide by 3. You get x is 60. So the sides are 60. 60 plus 2 is 62. And then 64. And then these are all meters, right? And they should add up to 186. The last one number is 8 more than the other. So what I would do is like when I did the review for the first day, you have the first number, you have number 1 and number 2. One number is 8 more than the other. So I would let 1 equal x. The other number would be 8 more than that, x plus 8. If the smaller number, so that's this one, right, is subtracted from, so the smaller number is subtracted from 3 times the larger. So this is the large, this is a small. So 3 times the larger. The difference is 10. So large number, 3 times the large, minus the small is 10. So you get 3x plus 24 minus x equals 10. Combine like terms. Subtract 24. So you get 2x is negative 14. So you should get x is negative 7. So this here is negative 7. This would be negative 7 plus 8, which is 1. So which one's the larger? 1. Okay? You might have to rewind that to see that, but it's a smaller number is subtracted from 3 times the larger. Because the larger number has 2 terms, you need to use parentheses. Okay? So in solving 2-step equations, you may want to write this down. The first thing you want to do, did I say 3-step? Multi-step. I don't know what I said. Get rid of the parentheses. Okay? Distribute, right? Combine like terms. And then solve the 2-step. Okay? I hope this helps. Like I said in class, I'm going to go a little faster on these videos because you have the ability to pause them, rewind them, and stuff like that. I don't want to make huge, long videos for you to watch. All right? And then you're going to do the homework listed, and it's in your workbook. So check that out in Schoology. Have a great day.